Hello everyone, myself Adarsh Pandey, and today I will discuss the topic quadratic equation, in which some important points which have to discuss. First is quadratic equation, second is identify standard form of the quadratic equation, third one is factor by splitting middle term, fourth one is quadratic formula or also known as Sridhara-Achari formula. Fifth one is discriminant, and sixth one is nature of roots, and last one is relation between the roots. So first is quadratic equation. Basically, quadratic equation is a second degree polynomial equation which is written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So, we write ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and here condition on A is non-zero and A comma B comma C belongs to real number. This is the quadratic equation. And second one is identify the standard form of the quadratic equation. So standard form of the quadratic equation. Standard form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is non-zero. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is non-zero, real number. Here coefficient of x square is a, coefficient of x is b, and constant term is c. So in the quadratic equation, three terms are mentioned. First term is ax square, which represents the parabolic form, which represents the parabolic form. Second term of the quadratic equation is bx, which is linear term, and third term is c, which is constant term of the quadratic equation. So it is the standard form of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now we discuss factor by splitting middle term. Third is factor by splitting middle term. Factor by splitting middle term. So here we take an example and we discuss how to split the quadratic equation by using middle terms. So let the quadratic equation is x square plus 5x plus 6, which is equal to 0. Here we multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term. Coefficient of x square is 1. Then we get 1 into 6 is equal to 6. Now we have to split 6 and split the 6 in two terms, and after the sum up we have to get 5. So we have to split 6 is in the form of 3 into 2. Here sum of 3 and 2 is 5 and product of 3 and 2 is 6. So x square and 5 is splitted by the sum of 3 and 2. So here sum of 3 and 2, 3 plus 2 into x plus 6 is equal to 0. So here x square and multiply of x in both the terms 3 and 2. Then we have to then we get 3x plus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. Here 4 terms are mentioned here, so we have to common in first two term, and again common we take common from the last two term. So we get x, and after that remaining term is x is common and remaining term is x plus 3, plus here in last two term we common 2 and we get in the round bracket x plus 3 which is equal to 0. Again two terms are here, and in both term x plus 3 are mentioned. So x plus 3 are common from these two terms. So we get x plus 3 and remaining terms are, in first term is x and remaining terms in second term is 2. So in round bracket x plus 2 which is equal to 0. So the factor of quadratic equation x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 is x plus 3 and x plus 2. X plus 3 in first round bracket and x plus 2 in second round bracket, which is equal to 0. Here both product of both two terms are 0. This means that either this term is 0 or this term is 0. So first we take x plus 3 is 0. Either x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then we get the value of x is minus 3. X equals minus 3. Or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then we get x equals minus 2. So roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 5x plus 6 is x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2. Now fourth one is quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is applied when the quadratic equation is cannot be splitted. Then we have to use quadratic formula for finding the roots of the quadratic equation. So if the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is non-zero, then the quadratic formula is x equals minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Here we get two roots. First is x1, means if we take positive sign, then we get minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. And if we take minus sign, then we get h2 is equal to minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So these are two roots which is solving by the quadratic formula, and which is also known as Siddhara Acharya formula. And fifth one is discriminant. Discriminant of the quadratic equation is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is non-zero, then b is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is the discriminant of the quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is non-zero. Sixth one is nature of roots. Nature of roots of a quadratic equation depends on the discriminant, value of the discriminant. If b is positive, then we have to get two distinct real solutions. And if b is equal to 0, then we have to get two equal real solutions. That is one solution. And if b is less than 0, then we have to get no real solution, that is imaginary solution. So nature of roots. Here, if b is positive, b is greater than 0, then we get two distinct real solution. If b is equal to 0, discriminant is 0, then we get two equal solution, two equal real solution. And if b is less than 0, d is negative, then we get no real solution, that is imaginary roots. And last one is relation between the roots. Relation between the roots. If quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and a is not equal to 0, Then it has two roots. First is alpha and second is beta. Then the relation between the roots is sum of roots that is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus of coefficient of x means b, and coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x square, which is a, means alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. And second is product of roots means alpha into beta, which is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square, which is a, and constant term is c, means c upon a, alpha into beta. So this is the relation between the roots. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b upon a, and product of roots, which is equal to c upon a. This is all about my topic. Thank you so much.